Welcome back to History and Freemasonry, where ancient symbols reveal timeless truths. The Timeless Teachings of Freemasonry, Lessons from Albert Pike's Morals and Dogma, Part 1, The Craft and Its Teachings. Since the dawn of civilization, men have gathered in quiet chambers to ask life's greatest questions. What is truth? What is justice? Why are we here? And how do we build a better world? For Freemasons, those questions form the very heart of their craft, and few books capture their answers better than Albert Pike's monumental work, Morals and Dogma of the Ancient and Accepted Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, published in 1871. Today, we'll explore 20 timeless teachings from this legendary text, and how they still speak to our world today. Albert Pike was a lawyer, poet, and one of the most influential Freemasons in history. His book, over 800 pages long, is not an easy read, but it is filled with wisdom, symbolism, and a vision of moral progress. As Pike himself wrote, "What we do for ourselves dies with us. What we do for others remains and is immortal." Masons still study it, alongside newer commentaries like Arturo de Hoyos, the Scottish Rite Ritual Monitor and Guide, and William L. Fox's Lodge of the Double-Headed Eagle. Together, these works help unlock the meaning behind Masonic principles and degrees. In Freemasonry, every candidate enters as a rough ashlar, an unshaped stone, symbolizing an imperfect self. Through learning and practice, he works to polish that stone, building himself into a better man. This idea runs through all the degrees of Masonry, and through Pike's teachings. Here are 20 of Pike's most important lessons, written for Masons, but meant for all humanity. First, the search for truth is life's highest duty. Truth is not handed down. It is sought through study and reflection. In a world of misinformation, this teaching has never been more urgent. Second, tolerance of all faiths and opinions. Freemasonry is not a religion, but it respects all religions and paths to the divine. Pike reminds us we are all seeking the same light. Third, freedom of conscience. Every man has the right to follow his own reason and heart, a cornerstone of modern liberty. Fourth, duty to self-improvement. Masons must constantly work on themselves, polishing their rough ashlar into a perfect stone. Fifth, Masonry is not a religion, but religious. It teaches morality and reverence for God without dogma, allowing every brother to walk his own spiritual path. Sixth, human equality and dignity. In the lodge, princes and paupers are equals, a profound lesson in justice and humility. Seventh, the power of symbols. The square, the compass, the blazing star. These are more than tools. They are signs pointing to deeper truths. Eighth, moral courage. Masons are called to speak the truth boldly and to stand against injustice. Ninth, labor is sacred. Honest work, done well, is a form of worship, a message that honors all who toil. And 10th, the Brotherhood of Man. Humanity is one family, united in a common destiny. Part 2, the work continues. 11th, the triumph of light over darkness. Ignorance breeds tyranny. Only light, knowledge, and virtue can overcome it. 12th, the inner temple. The true temple of God is built not with hands, but within the heart. 13th, secrecy is spiritual discipline. Sacred things deserve reverence, and sometimes silence. 14th, faith in progress. History, Pike believed, is the slow but certain march of humanity toward light. 15th, charity and compassion. Masonry demands not only words, but acts of kindness toward others. 16th, balancing reason and faith. Neither blind faith nor cold reason alone suffices. Wisdom integrates both. 17th, reverence for the ancient and the eternal. The truths of Masonry are as old as humanity, and always relevant. 18th, the importance of education. Ignorance is the enemy of liberty and morality. Education is a duty. 19th, justice is the foundation of society. Without justice, no society can stand, and no Mason can be called good. And 20th, the builder's ethic. Each of us is a builder, contributing our stone to the great edifice of humanity. Pike's book walks through the 32 degrees of the Scottish Rite, showing how each degree unveils another layer of moral and spiritual truth, from the apprentice to the master to the sublime prince of the royal secret. In each degree, the Mason is reminded, the work is never finished. There is always more light to seek. In an age of division, distraction, and cynicism, Pike's Morals and Dogma calls us back to what truly matters: truth, justice, brotherhood, and self-mastery. As he wrote, Masonry is a worship, but one in which all civilized men can unite, for it does not undertake to explain or dogmatically to settle those great mysteries which are above the feeble comprehension of our human intellect. We may never build a perfect world, but as long as we keep building ourselves, one stone at a time, there is hope. For more on these teachings, you can explore Pike's Morals and Dogma, Arturo de Hoyos' Scottish Rite Ritual Monitor, and William Fox's Lodge of the Double-Headed Eagle. And remember, the journey toward light is yours to take. If you find Masonic history enlightening, please like, share, and subscribe, and continue your journey in the light of the great architect of the universe. Thank you.